Take two. Video diary for Thursday, August 29th. Good day to watch. 2024. Haven't made one in about a week because busy with Dad here over the weekend and going to Nashville Monday, and Dad stayed until Wednesday. So just kind of busy with stuff. As you can tell, he finished the room and it looks absolutely gorgeous. It's even better in person than on camera. So I'm very happy with it. But let's start with the weekend, which was pretty uneventful from my memory. Like I said, Dad came in, cut the grass, and it was pretty oppressively hot here the whole time he was here, but we managed to make the best out of it. And yeah, so Saturday grass cutting, Sunday hanging out, prepping for room painting, and then Sunday Josie and I headed up to Nashville for Sarah Cannon. We were going to review the results of my CT scan on Friday, which me and Mom drove and did the CT scan on Friday. It was an all-day thing for like a 20-minute scan, but it's kind of how it goes. And then Monday, we reviewed the results at Sarah Cannon. Kind of as expected, stuff grew, and so they took me off the trial. So if things would have went well, I would have gotten treatment again Monday with the clinical drug, but they didn't, and so I'm off it for now. One in particular that's on my right hand side diaphragm, well, I guess on the back side, I can kind of feel it. It feels like pressure, but that one grew from 30 millimeters by 35 millimeters to 60 millimeters by about 35 millimeters. So about doubled in length. So it went from like about that long, roughly, say about that long to about that long. So like from 1.5 inches to 3 inches long or so. And you know, if the trial would have worked, I probably would have felt it in my breathing a little better. My voice would be better. I'm still raspy and I don't know, this kind of sounds like my old man, elderly voice, where I don't have a lot of bass in my voice, and it sounds very light and airy, for lack of a better word. I do hope my regular voice comes back, because this is pretty crummy. I sound sick all the time, and I can't get volume, like vocal volume, nor does my voice sound the same. They also said I have thrush on Friday, so I'm back on the Nystatin, which is the swish and swallow mouthwash. I gotta take 4 times a week. That cough has gotten better, but just better. I mean, it's not non-existent, but at least I'm not hacking up my lung anymore. On the whole, I feel a little bit better because I don't feel the drug side effects anymore, but my lungs are hurting a little bit more. My breathing has stayed roughly the same, which is it's not perfect, but it's not too terrible. Although out in the heat, like today, it's like 100 degrees here right now. It can be pretty tough to be outside, so I don't go outside. Throughout the week, Dad, like I said, he worked on the room. He, what else did he do? He did a few other little things. Did some gardening work, and got Josie's car back from the shop. They did the recall on the car, which was just software updates, and fixed the squeakiness in the front end. They troubleshot it, and it was the steering gear, which looks like it's part of the I'll call it the power steering mechanism. It looks like the part that that actually connects to the, God, I don't know what they are, but the actual rods that the hydraulics use to actually turn the front end of the car. So that was all done at no cost, which is really good, and she's happy to have her car back. This week, I've been pretty good. Yesterday, Wednesday, I pretty much slept all day. I rested. I just randomly woke up and felt pretty bad. But there's going to be days like that. And I can do what I can do on the good days. And on the bad days, no. Otherwise, today's been a pretty good day. Went to the oncologist, Dr. Vardana, and we're going to get started on a new drug. Let me go get the paperwork for it. It's called Panzopimab Votriant's like, I guess, the whatever, the drug name. But anyways, it's a pill. I take like 800 milligrams a day, every day. And I think the 200 milligram pills, so I take 4 pills a day, and we'll see how that goes. Spoke with Vardana. We weighed our options to go back on gemcitabine because while I didn't have like perfect results from gemcitabine, I think it could have some use. But he had said that like if you just had gemcitabine like I did and then got back on it after a little gap, that the cancer would be kind of resistant to the gemcitabine, and that the future results might not be as good as the past results. He said the longer you can go between going back on the same drug, the better your chances are when you try that drug again. So I think that like we try this one, the pill-based, and if we need to go back to gemcitabine, we will at a later time. But this also gives us time to find a clinical trial. I reached out to MD Anderson, obviously Sarah Cannon knows, and the room is darkening up nicely with a cloud passing by, kind of cool. And Duke. I need to reach out to Emory and tell them to get me on the list. Furthermore, we are talking with my radiologist or radiology oncology, Dr. Williams, here in town, and he is he's going to consider whether or not we need to try to tackle the right side of the diaphragm with radiation. Although it does seem like, even though we already treated the left diaphragm, that some stuff has come back. I seem to respond well to radiation, although the results are going to be temporary. I think that's the nature of it. But he's going to look at it and make a determination if things are reoccurring back in the spot he's already irradiated, then he may not elect to give me therapy there again. But if it's in different spots that he has not irradiated, he may consider me more heavily for radiation. I don't know if each physical location in your body gets like a one and done treatment, but it does seem like that they are hesitant to irradiate the same spot multiple times, either because it can cause physical complications with me, or you kind of hit diminishing returns of hitting the same spot multiple times. Not sure, but I will have a meeting with him in 2 weeks because he's on vacation next week for Labor Day, and we will talk about our options, and I'll keep everybody posted on that. Excuse me. That's about it on the medical front, really. I mean, to summarize it all, none of that's really a surprise to me. I'm not entirely shocked that the clinical trial didn't work. It wasn't the best suited trial for me. I mean, it was a bit of a long shot, anyways, in my opinion, and that's okay. We got to do something, and so hopefully this Voltrient will bridge the gap until I can get on a good clinical trial. Once again, I reiterate, I only have so many tricks in my bag, and this is a new trick that we're using, and so that's one less trick I have left before I'm out of tricks. So, the implications are obvious. I do not want to use up my tricks sooner rather than later. I don't have any really updates on Cameron yet. School pictures should be getting taken soon, and I'm going to order some of those. And I want to try to see if the school has any of last year's yearbooks left over, because I would like to get one of those as well. I'll maybe call them tomorrow and see. That would be really nice. Still haven't made it to a game just because it's so hot out, and I really can't sacrifice myself for that because of the heat. Although next week's looking to be much cooler, so I'll take a look at the schedule and see if something lines up. I'm sincerely hoping something does line up. It would be good to see them, even from a distance. Otherwise, on my personal front, I've got, I'm a nerd out on something stupid here, but earlier this year I bought a fountain pen. It's like a little, let's go this way, a Lamy fountain pen. I don't know why. My buddy Dave got me into fountain pens. I think they're really cool. And I got a trial of this ink. It's called Dark Lilac. I don't know if it'll show up, but we'll give it a try. But it's this beautiful dark purple color. Oh no. Let's see if I can get my pen to work. Come on, baby. You're making me look like a fool. Okay, well anyways, I can't get it to work. But you can buy these nice, big vials. I don't know if you call this a vial, but whatever you call this, of the ink. So I got plenty of refills, and they make, it's beautiful color. I can show on a card actually here real quick. I'm gonna open it up real fast. Maybe you can get a sense for the color. If not, you can just Google it. But let's see. I don't know if you can get a sense for the color. Kind of looks dark, just dark, but it's really beautiful. It's like a beautiful, rich purple color that I'm writing his cards with, and other things as well. I kind of highly recommend, if you're into quality, like if you really want to impress somebody, and you're into quality stuff like that, get you a good fountain pen, and get you some good ink. And it's kind of impressive when you get something written in a fountain pen, because it's like, oh wow, they really kind of care. But I can thank my buddy Dave for getting me into this, I'll call it hobby. It's as expensive as a hobby as you want it to be. That's a $20 pen. I've seen $7,000 pens. So, whatever. Last thing, trying to book a last minute trip this weekend for me and Josie. Kind of forgot it's Labor Day and there's not much available. So me and her are going to try to talk over some options tonight, and hopefully we can get out of town a little bit this weekend since I'm off therapy or between therapies, and it would be nice to be able to just have a change of scenery. And I'm still trying to plan a fall vacation out in the mountains, and if this current treatment regime allows that to happen, then I'm going to try to book something take care of it. Be good to get out. That's all I have. I think I'll just give you a little 360 of the room. Go above my head. That's where the intercom goes. I gotta find it and put it back on. That's where the dog goes. Back here. And then we got the new shade up. That is a light filtering shade, which I absolutely love because I'm not a big fan of those white country blinds anyways. So anyways, that's the room. I'm happy with it and very grateful that Dad decided to put in the effort for it. So that's it for now. Love you, Cam.